And over the last year, you've gotten to hear about some of my other things that I'm fans of in terms of NASCAR, marching band. So I thought, why not continue the trend and go with jigsaw puzzles? And whether or not are jigsaw puzzles good for you or bad? So there's actually been research done on jigsaw puzzles and their benefits. And there was a study back in the 70s that was done, about 1,200 people that they kind of followed over a decade or two that were considered to be high performers, and what they found was that people who remained mentally active had a better quality of life, a longer life expectancy, and decreased instances of brain illnesses like dementia, memory loss, and most notably Alzheimer's. And what they found for those people is that mentally active meant they did the crossword puzzle every morning, they went through the library looking for new and interesting books, they dabbled in hobbies and crafts like jigsaw puzzles, and apparently they played bridge 3 times a week. I don't know about that one. The other 3 I can kind of get behind. So there's definitely a mental benefit to jigsaw puzzles. There's also a social benefit that has been found for jigsaw puzzles. You can work together as a team to complete a puzzle. It also lets you spend time together. For instance, as a family, instead of watching TV, you could be working on a jigsaw puzzle. As an example, this past winter when I was visiting family, the weather was quite bad, so we spent all day working on a jigsaw puzzle, and we finished the snowman in about an afternoon. My arm buzzed at me a couple of times. Didn't like me, but it was fun. The one bad side from it to a social perspective is if you're working on a jigsaw puzzle with a competitive person, such as my brother, especially if you're each working on your own jigsaw puzzles. One warning I would say is make sure that you keep an eye on your puzzle pieces. They will steal a piece so that you can't complete yours before them. And the recommendation to that is steal one back. Negotiate. It does work. I have done it. So social can be kind of good and bad. There's also a learning benefit. They found that jigsaw puzzles have been proven to help children develop hand and eye coordination, and it also helps them with their motor skills as well as prepare them for reading. And so we have an example of my nephew who completed his Batman puzzle at my request so that I can have a picture. And was quite happy to help Auntie Julie do that, and he's definitely, when it comes to puzzles, good at putting them together. Another benefit to jigsaw puzzles that they found is relaxation. So jigsaw puzzles engages both the left and the right side of your brain at the same time. And apparently doing this while you're awake moves your brain from what they call the beta state to an alpha state. So from waking to the state that you're in when you're dreaming. And it helps you, from a meditation standpoint, access your subconscious. It also combines powerfully creative state of mind with positive images or affirmations, just let you kind of relax. It also mentioned that when you complete a puzzle, even if it's just finding that one piece that would go in that you've been looking at, it releases dopamine into your brain, and that makes you happy. If that doesn't work, if you become frustrated with puzzles, once you finish a jigsaw puzzle, if you get one like this, you can stare at it and you'll become memorized and relaxed. So we kind of, yeah, this was an interesting one to try and do. Another benefit, this wasn't actually in the research, so I added this one in myself, is that it's beneficial from a decoration standpoint. So unlike me, who likes to take them apart, you can put puzzles together, frame them, and use them as art decoration. So here we have the one and only puzzle that I have gotten from my father. He requested scissors to try and put the puzzle together. So he framed it, glued it, and it will never come apart again. So definitely, depending on what you pick, you can use them as decoration. And the last benefit is variety. So there's definitely a variety of puzzles. For instance, the ones that we've had as pictures, and then they also come in all shapes and sizes, so you can get as big as this puzzle, you can get 3D puzzles, which will stand up. And then for some reason my friend thought that an on-the-go puzzle would be helpful so you can get them as small as this. Mostly I haven't fixed this or done this one yet because I haven't figured out how it's going to work. So there's definitely a variety of puzzles. My recommendation, and hopefully convinced everybody, my ulterior motive to the speech was to convince you to go out and work on a jigsaw puzzle. So thank you very much.